Hi Capricorn, welcome to your end of September read. I hope you guys are doing great today. We're going to start with a Sacred Rebels Oracle to frame out the reading. Then we'll do some Lenormand, and then we'll just pull some cards to see what our Capricorn brothers and sisters need to hear for the end of September. We did our deep love read for this time period last week. Let's see what else comes out for love, money, family stuff. Okay. Sweet. Okay, Pandora's gift. Very nice. You know what? I really like that you guys got this. For those of you who are not familiar with the story of Pandora, she's a mythic woman who was very much maligned actually throughout history, whose name means all gifted, and Pandora lives within each of us, right? It's our curious nature. She's our yearning to conquer chaos and evil and darkness, right? Even through the light of knowledge, really, it should be said. So she's a very hopeful voice of our soul that asks the questions, and in doing so, ends up bringing upon the answers to those. So this is very much like an all-giving, all-gifted kind of energy, and her presence here, getting this, invites you to forego your belief in judgment, because now is a really important time for you to surrender the misplaced guilt that you may have brought upon yourself or someone else for something terrible happening, whether it's that job or that relationship, whatever it is, right? And being very aware of that. And this is a belief that you really need to kind of release any sort of shame-based belief, kind of punishment, all right, needs to be released. Any sort of perceived imperfection or within yourself, that your natural human journey somehow renders you inadequate in some way for that job, for that friendship, that partnership, that relationship, whatever it is, right? Pandora is all about freeing the soul from this kind of torment, right? This is her gift. So the human journey does involve learning, right, through experience, and there's no shame in however you learn. Everybody's got to do them in the way that they need to do them, right? So this is a time to really swap the notion of inherent shame for this acceptance of really inherent divinity. It really is you breaking free from some sort of weighty criticism of the world, from the power games that bore you senseless, or from the insanity of sacrilegious priorities in this world that you really don't even believe in, and you're not even sure why you even follow certain things. But I really like this is a very worthy seed, that something beautiful and necessary within you is looking to happen, and this is an indicator that it's starting to happen, right? That whatever is happening here, you're manifesting, and you were born to kind of, as I always say, like strut your soul stuff. Like this is the energy to do it. And I like that this is happening for you, because you guys have had this pain in the ass stellium in your first house itself, and my gosh, right? But Saturn's finally, going direct, right? This week, this is your ruler. Thank goodness. So finally, there's going to be some sort of breakthrough here, finally, in your first house itself. Yeah, you have Mars retrograde in 4th. We've been talking about that. And then you're getting ready to have Mercury retrograde in Scorpio in your 11th. But I feel like this is all sort of happening together, because I feel like you're going to have this breakthrough in your house of self, and it's going to sort of change your goals and your long-term wishes and the things that you really want for yourself. Like the goals and wishes that you had for yourself last year, 6 months ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, whatever it is going to be changing. It's going to be changing based on a number of things that have been going on. Okay, so let's see where you're at now. So I'm pulling 2 cards for each space, or I don't know, I feel like we just get more that way. And then we'll pull a few for your challenge. Doing it a little different this week. And then this is going to be the near outcome. And then this is going to be the future outcome. It's so funny. Somebody wrote, I try to read as many of your messages as I can, but somebody wrote like, why do you talk about our past? Like, who wants to go back there? I thought that was so funny. Like, all right, let's just start with now. I'm good with that. That's cool. So let's see where you're at right now. Oh, you're confused. The Hangman. Okay, so it's the Neptune energy, rule of the 12th house. So, you know what I always say about Neptune, it's like trying to look at life through a really dirty window or a thick fog. So, but definitely pressing the pause button. And but it's easy to say that, but why? Why is because you're looking to gain some wisdom right now. There's an element of self-sacrifice that you are identifying right now, either that you've been involved in, that you're involved in now. But this is about getting a different perspective on something. You're changing the lens through which you view things right now. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles, which is fabulous. All right, first of all, having to do with work, this is really good. Money going really well, opening up that business, it going really well, things going well, leaving a legacy. Some of you are going to be entering into a space of retirement, and some of you might be like, now what? Now what do I do, right? With the Hangman. Some of you may be dealing with an inheritance that could be very, very confusing to deal with, right? That's definitely a Ten of Pentacle energy. But it's a beautiful energy. There's a family vibe about it. So some of you may be thinking about asking someone to marry you. Someone may be asking you to get married. Some of you may be purchasing a property with the help of family, or opening up a business, or at least getting help from a family member about regarding an investment, opening a business, anything like that, all right? But it's definitely a deepening of commitment and connection as well. And that's not only in intimate relationships, that has to do with business too. So this is what's happening, but there's a level of confusion about it. Now, for some of you, this is literally happening. There's this deepening. For others of you, you want this very much, but you're in the space of confusion. So you're not doing anything right now, because you're very focused on wanting. Some of you are going to be in a space of just simply wanting the Ten of Pentacles, and you're going to be in a space of trying to gain the wisdom to understand how to best bring that to yourself through some sort of creative effort, through releasing something that doesn't actually, need to be on your soul anymore, right? So there's going to be a lot going on here. Now we have this working with the King of Cups and the Nine of Cups. Wow. I mean, these are strong energies, my friends, really. King of Cups, this is a supportive leader. This is somebody who's really tolerant, somebody who's very empathetic. So those of you who are single, you may be meeting somebody like this, who you're going to realize like, wow, I cannot believe I met this person. No kidding. Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. Doesn't mean there are going to be, unicorns and butterflies blowing out of their ears and all of that stuff. It's not like that. It's like having this very real feeling like this is going in a really, really good direction. And I'm actually going to say that if you're just in relationship as well, like if you're just meeting somebody, or if you're in connection right now, I feel like you guys are entering into an upswing in your relationship, if that makes sense. Now, if this has to do with work, this is about really getting a job with a boss that's super supportive, or you being your own boss where you're able to be a very supportive leader. But having the patience and having the wherewithal, because you feel very passionate about it, it is going to end up serving you so well. And that's such a great energy for Capricorn to have, right? I mean, you guys are the sea goat, right? You guys are all about patience, even though I know a lot of you wouldn't agree with me with that. It depends on what else you have in your chart. You're not just Capricorn, right? But I like that, because this is like really about having the tolerance and the patience to put the work in to get this beautiful Nine of Cups, which is about wishes coming true and material abundance and good health and being in that relationship, having that job, having the money that you see in your mind's eye. Will it be, and because I always want to say this, because a lot of these catchphrases are so ridiculous sometimes. Like, wish is coming true. What does that even mean? Well, sit down and be really honest with yourself. Like, where have you sort of dared yourself to go? If you're single, you're daring yourself to go there. Like, all right, maybe I'm ready to open up and meet somebody new. Or if you're in that relationship and it's not going so great, you're like, I don't know if I should stick it out, and you kind of getting in touch with what's really driving your desires right now is the best, most realistic and practical way of looking at it. So I see that's kind of where you're at right now, but having that Hangman, it lets me know like what you're focused on. Pressing the pause button though. So you're not fully engaging. I don't feel like you're engaging fully like as much as you could with the Hangman, holding back a little bit. So the challenge here is the Hermit and the Queen of Wands. So, whenever we get the Hermit in the challenge position, like I get it. I mean, first of all, some of you might be feeling really lonely, and that's a challenge for you. I mean, that's completely understandable. COVID, no COVID, whatever. I mean, that's a stinky feeling, right? But the Hermit is about going within for clarity, and it's a quest for personal truth and spiritual illumination, and really getting in touch with what it is that you want in relationship and in your family connections, out of your career. Like, what do you really What are you really long-term looking for, you know? But you're doing this in a way that is, keep in mind, it's almost like for your sanity, you know, because the Hermit is a Virgo energy, and Virgo is the landlord of the 6th house, which is our health. It's our physical health. It's also our mental and emotional health. And it rules the 6th house of our day-to-day work environment, our colleagues, and the environment in which we work. So I feel like a lot of you are doing some very deep thinking about your job, your career, who you work with, how you work, all of that. But others of you may be looking at some sort of anxiety or depression that you might be experiencing because of a relationship, right? But at the same time, we have the Queen of Wands, which is fabulous. I mean, this is like, some of you maybe, now again, this is your challenge, right? So the challenge might be in you being able to feel this Queen of Wands, feeling feisty, feeling confident, feeling self-assured. You might be feeling a little beat up right now. And that was what I was mentioning, right, in the Pandora'S energy as well. So I feel like, you know, you're struggling in that space of feeling like the best version of yourself, even though I am feeling like things are starting to shift. I really am getting that energetically and feeling the shift happening. And then we have this working with the High Priestess and the Two of Cups. We're getting some good cards here. I mean, I'm not mad at this. The High Priestess is about, it's about secrets, it's about mystery, intuition, and really, though, trusting yourself. And it's trusting yourself when it comes to romantic love and partnerships and proposal and marriage and that new job and asking that person to be a business partner, or, you know, taking the first step to try to solidify that friendship, to, you know, make that connection within a family, whatever it is. It's something that requires other, okay? Because the Two of Cups is definitely like an other energy. Lovers doesn't have to be, but the Two of Cups is. So, but you're very much in your High Priestess vibe here, trying to figure out, how do you feel about this? So maybe you met somebody online and you're really like up in your gigs there, trying to figure out, you know, are they telling me the truth? I don't know. Should I be more forthcoming? I don't know. Trusting yourself, but feeling like you don't want to give away the farm for free, and you don't want to believe somebody at face value. So you're really trying to honor your intuition here. I feel like you're also doing that as far as any sort of like work connection. You might be in some sort of situation at work where you're really needing to tap into your intuition, but I see it going well. And I like that we got the Pandora energy as your crowning, particularly. Like, I feel like those are two very supportive energies. So whatever you're vibing right now about that relationship, that job, that person you just met, whether it's work or whatever, trust your instincts here, because I feel like you're on point with this. I do feel like, I like the energies that I have with it. I don't feel the need to tell you, oh, watch out that you're not, you know, not being based in reality and all of that. I'm not getting that. Sometimes I get that. Now, the near future is, all right, so we got well, hello. I mean, these are two. Look at this, 3 of Swords, Page of Wands. This is like a hello and goodbye kind of energy, right? Hello, goodbye. 3 of Wands. 3 of Wands is not fun. It's about heartbreak. 3 of Swords, rather. I'm sorry. 3 of Swords is about heartbreak. It's about divorce. It's about loss. It's about depression, anxiety, pain. It's the card of pain. Let's just say that. It's the card of pain. It's Saturn in Libra. So Saturn is the great taskmaster. It's the no. It's the karma. It's the restriction. It's the delay. It's the no, you can't. And Libra is that 7th house of partnership, business partnership. Anyone you have a shared soul purpose with. So that could even be a friend, a family member, a marital partner, you know, anything like that. But there being this idea of pain. And you know what I always say, guys, it does not mean somebody was cheating on anybody. You know, it could be, it doesn't have to mean third party. There are so many ways we can hurt each other in relationship. So again, somebody was just irresponsible with money, whatever it was, you know, some sort of family, friend connection, whatever it was. But I see that it's working here with this new project or this new creative idea. Now, I'm going to say this because I'm being called to say this for some of you. Somebody needs to hear this. Somebody that you were with, or this is you, started a new job, started moving forward, and you met somebody new at your job, and there was some sort of third-party situation going on there. That's going to resonate with some of you. Others of you, you're going to realize that something was, you experienced a sense of betrayal in a relationship. Doesn't matter what kind of relationship. This could be intimate, business, family, friendship, connection. The betrayal happened. Light was shown on it. There was validation here. That's the thing with the Three of Swords. Even though it's painful, there is a level of validation that's brought to the fore, as a result of it. And there is this decision to basically start something new for yourself, to throw yourself into something that makes you feel good, some sort of new creative venture, new creative idea. For some of you, it's going to mean putting on your cutest outfit and going out and meeting somebody new, if you can even do that, depending on where you live. Others of you, it's going to be throwing yourself into work, into some sort of new project, but in a way that really speaks to you. And you're not even going to feel like you're escaping anything. You're just going to it's going to feel very natural, because you're going to be to this point where it's like, that was just so not okay, what happened. That was just not good, okay? That I need to move away from that. I need to throw myself into something that actually makes me feel good, not bad. I want to feel good, not bad. And that's what we have. This is a very near future, okay? And then we have the Four of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords, yeah. So you're definitely in a space, for sure, of protecting yourself, Four of Pentacles. I mean, could be this desire for long-term security. Now, this could have to do with actual money, resources, or it could have to do with mental, physical, and emotional connection. But the idea of security is what we need to focus on here with this energy. And it's holding tight, holding close, protecting yourself. So you might be protecting your money. Some of you are going to be in that space where you're like, wow, this person's trying to take all my money. They're trying to be cute and take all my money. Or, if you're in a divorce situation or any sort of situation like that, even this could even be very relevant for business, right? Where you may be somebody who is very, very deceitful. And you feel like somebody really betrayed you, having to do with finances, for sure. And, you're trying to hold on to your finances. It's going to resonate with some of you. But I like the Ace of Swords, because the Ace of Swords indicates to me that there's going to be some sort of new idea coming in. There's going to be some sort of clarity, mental clarity. But the mental clarity is coming as a result of a new conflict. Even though it might not be so new, it's going to feel sort of new, or at least different. So there's definitely clarity that's happening in the near future, which I really like. I'm sorry about this Three of Swords energy, because that's never a fun energy ever. But let's look at the future here. We have the Strength energy and the Emperor. Ooh, these are beautiful. Love it. The Emperor is about respect and leadership and strategic planning. And this is an Aries energy ruled by Mars. It's about a fresh path, a new perspective. Now, if this has to do with relationship, the Emperor indicates you're meeting somebody new who is a real, who's very faithful, who's like a real ride or die. The only thing is, they might not be the best at thinking things through completely, but they're a lot of fun because they're fire. They're Aries, so they might not be the most mature in the room, but go for it anyway, because again, this is somebody who you really will have your back, who's a lot of fun, who has great ideas. This seems like a fun energy for you. Fun, fun, fun. And then we have the Strength, which is Leo, which is the 5th house of fun, which is about creativity. It's about romance. It's about the act of sex. It's about how we connect with our partner on a Monday through Sunday. Okay, so those of you in relationship, that's how you're going to understand it that way. For those of you in career, Emperor, being large and in charge of your own life, taking the bull by the horns and starting that new career, or staying in the career and having a new approach, a new perspective, doing something new, or just changing your approach to what it is that you're doing in a new way, because this is the leadership energy. So this is telling me you're going to be doing something that puts you in that space, that leadership space, which is really good. And you're going to feel very confident when you're in there. Even though you may not be, you're going to at least be able to figure out a way to act it. People are going to think you're confident, even though you might not be so confident. And the Strength energy is all about doing something with a lot of heart, a lot of creativity, even if you're kind of scared. Because what is the beauty of the Strength energy? It's embracing the lion and knowing that this is like the king of the beasts, right? But yet there's this thing, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it scared. I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to put myself out there and do it anyway, right? The strength is, again, Leo. Leo is the energy of the performer. It's about going out there and doing it anyway. Now, some of you might be saying, you know what, the hell with it. I want a baby. I want to get pregnant. I want to adopt, because fifth house has to do with children as well. I want to write a song. I want to write that book. I want to do something creative. I want to really focus on this relationship now. I really want to focus on this business now. Beautiful. And then we have the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is a new project, inspiration, urge to create, urge to create. So for some of you, you might be still, in this space of really maybe wanting to become pregnant. For sure. Ace of Wands can also indicate a new relationship, somebody that you're very, very attracted to. And it's working with the Page of Cups, which is a really nice, it's a new love, right? But how do I say this? There's a level of youngness to it. I don't want to say immaturity, because I feel like that sounds negative. But Page of Cups could indicate somebody who's not very maybe as experienced as you in relationship, or this can indicate a new cycle within an older relationship. This can indicate maybe meeting somebody new somebody new who you're very attracted to. And the Page of Cups is also another child card too, though. So the Ace, we have a lot of child energy here, Capricorns who are in that place in your life, if that's on your mind. The cards are saying that this is not in your very far future, if this is what you want. If that is not what you want, please, my friends, be careful, okay? All right, so let's pull these jammies and let's throw down some Lenormand, okay? Any other messages we need to understand for our Capricorn friends? Somebody's moving in work, right? Especially, it's especially a work energy, okay? We have the patient woman, patiently waiting to move, patiently waiting for the change in the relationship, for the change in the job, whatever it is. You're not, oh, beautiful. This is very preordained, with the stars. This is destiny at play here. This is destiny at play. Pandora'S gift. Yes. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. But there's a movement. There's a movement from one space to the next. This usually this indicates like literally packing a suitcase, a physical suitcase, and getting on like a plane, a boat, whatever, for work, right? But a more modern interpretation is just simply like moving away from something, and you're going into something that you absolutely love. You're going to love that job. This is an amazing relationship. This is a really solid friendship. This is good. I am just loving this for you. Let's throw down the Astro dice. They better keep giving us these good messages for our Capricorn friends, please. Okay. 7th house, relationships, partnership. Saturn, yeah, you know what, Saturn? Go ahead, show up. You're going direct right now. So I am understanding that as Saturn is allowing this release, this breakthrough. You understand, guys? Saturn, I want you to think about Saturn is the World card in tarot. It is the most positive card in the deck. It is connected to Saturn in astrology, and it is the ending of a lesson, something you needed to learn. You learned it. You learned it in relationship and partnership, and whatever that deep soul connection is, you learned it. And then we have Virgo here. And Virgo, I mean, this is great because Virgo's about being very critical, right? Very analytical with everything, right? But it's also focusing on your health, focusing on your day-to-day work environment. So good for those of you in business. This is so good. But just in general for all of you, really elevating yourself into a more calm space, right? Just a more calmer than you've been. Not saying you're going to arrive yet, but it's going to be calmer than it's been. So that is what I have for you for now, for the end of September. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time. Until then, bye-bye.